What's going on, everybody? I am finally live. I am finally uh, getting going here. Sorry, I was trying to mess around with some of the stream settings. So we're going to make sure everything is running correctly here. As they're just going over the grid right now. Okay, looks like video's playing well. As they're just going over the... Okay, I just wanted to make sure that everything was running well as we are getting going here. As they're just getting ready to leave on the formation lap. Guys, sorry I'm a little late getting onto the stream. Just was having some technical difficulties, but we are here live for the Spanish Grand Prix watch along, as we are going to watch probably a Max Verstappen victory. If you were watching qualifying yesterday, Max Verstappen was absolutely just on it. Like, he was absolutely on it yesterday, and it just seems like he was almost half a second quicker than everybody else on the grid, and it's screaming to me like it's going to be another Max Verstappen runaway today. But, I mean, let's see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Max Verstappen has a reliability issue that knocks him out of the race and it turns this race on its head. Or maybe we'll get some weather or, whatever. George Russell's already been into the gravel trap this morning. So, there's no telling, what could possibly happen. But it's going to be very interesting to see. Just trying to make sure. Trying to make sure the race messages are updating, because as you guys see on the screen, I've got the basically race control messages that we get, when anybody gets a warning or anything like that. So let me just double check that while we're, excuse me. There we go. That's why I knew there was a problem there and why it wasn't going, but it is now going. So let me just make sure everything is up the way I would like it. There we go. I think we are all set there now. All right. Let's move our mouse over there. There we go. All right, we are all set as the cars are getting ready to take their spots on the grid after the formation lap. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. If you guys would like to donate to the channel, I will read your comment on the air. You guys can make a donation through my Cash App. It is $ Eric Ringle YT 2021. We are not doing the stream that we did last week, so just know that. There's no new subscribers that are getting me to chug beers. We are just watching the race today. We may do that again later on in the year. We'll see how that goes. But they are getting ready to line up on the grid, as Alex Albon will be the last to take his grid spot. Boy, yesterday qualifying for several people. Leclerc starting from pit lane today. Logan Sargent is also starting from pit lane as they have made changes to their car under parc fermé conditions. Sergio Perez had a howler of a qualifying session. So did George Russell. But here we go. 3, 4, 5 red lights, and we are underway. Max Verstappen got a really good start there. Gets in front of Carlos Sainz. Carlos is going to go to the outside, though. Oh, bunching up. Oh! There is a Lando Norris drops a couple positions there at the early going. Lando's moving on the inside, and that's going to be another pickup. Oh, Lando's got damage. There's Hulkenberg right on the back of, was that Russell? Man, Russell made a really good start there. Yep, Norris is going to have to box. He's going to have to pit. He's got damage. Yep, Norris is into the pits. Oh, man, what a horrible start to the race for Lando Norris. Had a great qualifying session yesterday. Ends up, Perez gets around Piastri. Kevin was going for a move on Tsunoda. Yep, new nose for Lando Norris. Oh, his brakes are... Man, his brakes are smoking. Yeah, Lando's out of the race. Well, not out of the race, but he's literally out. As George Russell and Fernando Alonso are fighting going up into turn 9. Man, Hulkenberg is all over the place. Where in the hell is he going? A lot of the field started on the soft tire except for Verstappen, Leclerc, Sargent, and there was one other that didn't start on it. Charles Leclerc is the only one to start on the hard compound tire. Everybody else is on the medium or soft tires to start the race. Perez is the other one to start on mediums. Sargent and Leclerc started. Sargent started on mediums and Leclerc on the hards, as now DRS is enabled. Ooh, was that not Russell that went off? Was that not Russell that went off there? And why? How was he able to... That's an odd... Oh, Hamilton was squirming around there a little bit in turn 2, and lopped off Lando Norris's front front wing end plate. So right now, message isn't showing up on screen, but Russell is potentially under investigation for leading the track and gaining an advantage. It'll start to show up as the race control messages start to scroll and start to go a little bit more. Happened? Nico's been all over the place at the beginning of this race. We're on lap 5 and he's been all over the track as Sergio Perez has worked himself up into 10th, so he's back into the points. Verstappen is already 2.5 seconds ahead of Carlos Sainz. Perez just gaining on Hulkenberg. Something's wrong with Hulkenberg's car because all of a sudden he had DRS on Guan Yu Zhou ahead of him, and then all of a sudden lost it almost immediately. As now Hulkenberg drops down to 10th. Man, Hulkenberg had really good qualifying yesterday. Bottas has pit. He's onto the hards. Something tells me that Hulkenberg didn't get enough heat into his tires, but Verstappen already 3 seconds ahead of Carlos Sainz starting lap 7. Shock. I think we're all shocked here. As now Hulkenberg has been passed by Tsunoda. He's got Piastri behind him. What is going on with the Haas's? Or at least with Hulkenberg. Like, Hulkenberg is just nowhere right now. He is literally as slow as a snail. Leclerc up to 16th place there. Nice move. believe that was to get ahead of Albon, maybe? Yeah, that was to get ahead of Albon. I mean, much faster, even on the hard tires. Stroll and Hamilton going at it. What? There is something wrong with Hulkenberg. How did Hulkenberg lose that position even though Piastri was going to the outside? I do not know what's going on. Why is Hulkenberg dropped so far back? If you're wondering why I'm talking a lot about Hulkenberg, I'm a Haas fan. If you guys are new to my channel, so I may end up talking a little bit more about Haas because right now Verstappen is pulling away with the lead right now. Now Verstappen, fastest lap of the race with a 1:19.894. As we're seeing a really good battle here, maybe starting to potentially come about between Alonso, Zhou, and Perez. Although you can just see, like, what a move by Sergio. Nice move up into 8th. Great move by Sergio. Hulkenberg into the pits. He's got to have damage. Let's see. No further investigation needed on leaving the track and gaining an advantage on Russell. So that's been all. He took they showed the replays. He took the basically the penalty area that if you go off track into turn 1, you're supposed to take. So I mean, he did follow the rules like he was supposed to. It looked a little weird because he was flying through that penalty area. So let's see. Hulkenberg's now dropped down to 19th. He's gone to the mediums, from soft to mediums. Yeah, and Verstappen's pulling away. He's almost 5 seconds ahead of now Sainz on lap 10, which is utterly ridiculous. Guan Yu Zhou into the pits. De Vries is going into the pits as well. These softs aren't going as long as was expected. Hulkenberg just gets past Bottas there. Bottas is on the hards. Come on, Haas. What the are we doing? As Leclerc's now basically on Magnussen's tail. Haas need to get away from Ferrari. Oh, nice move there by George to get around Esteban. Moves up into 5th place. Tsunoda's into the pits. Magnussen's into the pits. These softs didn't go as long as I think they were expecting to. Yeah, Hulkenberg. Yeah, Hulkenberg got ahead of Guan Yu Zhou again. So I think the soft tires were just not the tire to be on. As I think a lot of cars were having a hard time getting heat into the tires. Oh, nice move by Hulkenberg to get around both of them. Great job, Hulk. I think the softs had a really hard time getting heat into them, and they were nowhere. Hulkenberg's run fastest lap of the race now, 1:19.527. Yeah, some of the midfield cars, you can tell that the softs were just not going nearly as long. Hulkenberg making up time a hand over fist on 13th and Logan Sargent. He's already cut 2 seconds into that. Pace is good. You need to pick up the pace. That away, Fred Vasseur. See, now the pit window opens for the soft tires. They were already pitting on lap 10 to get off those soft tires. Some teams were just able to heat up those tires a lot, the soft compound tires a lot better than others, and I think you're seeing that as now you're starting to see some of the pits Ocon's in. And he's on to so Esteban Ocon onto the mediums. Boy, what a scrap here for 14th. Esteban Ocon, the front runners are a lot slower than because Esteban Ocon was nowhere near Hulkenberg, early on in the race. So Hulkenberg's made up some time here on that switch to the mediums. So the mediums seem to be the fast race tire right now. Stroll's into the pits. Those look like oh no, he went on to another set of softs. Stroll has taken another set of soft compound tires there. Sonoda gets around Hulkenberg there. Sainz is 7.8 behind Verstappen. Carlos into the pits. He's boxing for medium compound tires. As Stroll goes around Sargent. And there goes Charles. Here comes Joe on Hulkenberg. God. Lap 16, and now Joe's around Hulkenberg. Hamilton's on the radio. Sounds like Hamilton's pretty pleased with the softs right now, which is odd to ever hear. Because usually if you ever hear Hamilton, he's just bitching and complaining about tires. Let's see. It looks like maybe Albon and Leclerc have pitted off of the hards. Yep, Leclerc's going to be pitting here just very shortly on the TV coverage. I've already seen that him and Albon have both pit. What is going on with them today? This is disgusting what I'm having to see here right now. Lando Norris is up to 19th now. He's on the hards and just behind Leclerc now after the you're going to now have Piastri Sargent into the pits here very shortly. Yep, there's Piastri into the pits. He's onto the hards. Sargent, like I said, Sargent's into the pits now on the TV coverage. Boy, there is a huge spread in this field right now. Got Hamilton 7.8 behind Verstappen. You've got Russell, who's 8 seconds behind Hamilton. You've got Alonso, who's 5 seconds behind Russell. Perez is about 1.5 seconds behind Alonso. Gasly is 6.5 seconds behind Perez. Sainz is getting ready to pass Gasly. As there goes Carlos Sainz around Gasly. I'm trying to, for the life of me, figure out if we are ever going to have a reliability issue as far as races are concerned. We have not had, like, and I mentioned this last week when we were watching the Monaco Grand Prix, is that we have not had a race yet where literally reliability has flown out the window and we've had, you know, five cars all go out with engine issues, and like we haven't had that yet this year, and it's not like frustrating, but it's, you know, it's a little sad that we haven't seen those really jumbled up uh, finishing orders because of, you know, reliability issues, and it looks like it's going to be more of the same today because it doesn't look like anybody's really complaining of any reliability issues, and we really haven't had that much in the way of messaging from race control, so that's pretty good. As Alonso's going to pit here, Gasly, Alonso are both going to pit. Piastri's just gotten around Magnussen. Nice pit stop by Aston Martin there with Alonso. Slow pit stop there from Alpine with Gasly. Wow, Alonso fell behind Guan Yu Zhou. He fell all the way back to 10th. Leclerc gets around Gasly here. That's going to be huge for him. Leclerc's up to 15th place right now. Hulkenberg still holds fastest lap. That's kind of shocking. Russell on the radio. Russell just talking about how good his tires are right now. Literally, top four have not had to pit yet. As Alonso just got around Guan Yu Zhou, and there goes Piastri around Hulkenberg. Haas is going to need to do more work on this car. The fact that they are still Nick DeVries having a good back-to-back races. He had a really good race in Monaco. He's having another really good race here in Spain so far, as we're a third of the race through. What? Where did AlphaTauri's pace all of a sudden come from? AlphaTauri was literally had a hell of a time early in the season, and apparently now they're one of the fastest. And now Gasly resets new fastest lap, 1:19.437. Guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you guys are new to my channel. Excuse me. Let's see, that's 14:23. Yeah, Sainz is almost 29 seconds, I think, behind Hamilton. So Hamilton's moving. Yeah, I think Hulkenberg may need to cede the position. I mean, I know he's fast, but like they, I almost want to say that maybe Magnussen and him need to switch positions, but because now De Vries is on Magnussen's tail, I have to wonder if some of these teams set up for uh, wet uh, wet race conditions. Whoa! Nice move by Gasly there to get around De Vries as Norris is into the pits. Magnussen basically gave that move to Gasly because Tsunoda followed Magnussen, and then Gasly, who just was carrying a ton of speed into that, was able to just breeze right by him. And now Gasly's right on the tail end of Magnussen, as Leclerc is chasing this group down now as well. I'm trying to figure out where some of these guys' pace went because like they were flying, and now we're. It just seems they're driving so much slower as there goes Gasly around Magnussen. Man, not a whole lot of movement in this race so far, if we're going to be totally honest. It's a little sad. Magnussen's going to be into the pits. Hamilton's just now into the pits. Ooh, Sainz did come out ahead of Hamilton. Huh. But Hamilton's going to be on much fresher tires as compared to Sainz. Jesus Christ, Magnussen just had a 5-second stop. What the hell was that? There better have been damage on his car for him to have had that shitty of a stop. Ooh, De Vries lost some end plate there on that pass from Gasly, but that was so close. As Russell's into the pits. Russell's into the pits on the broadcast coverage. I'm sure he was already on there on the timing screen. 2.6 second stop for Russell there. Very nice. Stroll gets past Russell. Ocon will be close, but not close enough. Red Bull with Verstappen, he's going to box because he's got a 28-second advantage over Perez. Perez must be taking really good care of his tires. On to another set of hards. or onto a set of hards, excuse me. Great stop there, 2.2. Yeah, Perez was still quite a way back. There was just no way that was going to happen. Yeah, show me what. Oh, for crying out loud. Rear jack man apparently needs to go back to rear jack school because that was disgusting. As Hulkenberg's pitted, he's on the. Magnussen's on hards. Magnussen now just set fastest lap. Hulkenberg is on hards as well. While we're in a slow part of the race here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute my mic. And I will enlarge. Oops. You guys are going to get a little bit bigger of a timing screen. So I will be right back. Alright, we're back. It's good to see that we have not missed anything yet. As Verstappen is just running away. Like, it's so bad that, like, we're doing a watch along and it's literally Verstappen is just running away with this race. Like, he's just, I mean, like, it's just, Perez is flying, though, on these hards. Hulkenberg's gotten back up to 15th now. Magnussen is stuck down in second to last in 19th. Sonoda will be into the pits here very shortly. As Russell gets by Sainz. So now Mercedes seem to be faster than the Ferraris, and at least today that seems to be the case. Stroll's into the pits. Stroll and Sonoda were both in. Stroll onto the hards. He should be able to take those to the end, I believe. So many differing strategies so far today. Magnussen's finally by Sargent. Ocon's into the pits. Ferrari's just I don't know what is going on with Ferrari right now. I don't know if the weather is making these upgrades just not work correctly, or I don't know what it is, but as the current anybody that's on the hard compound tire right now, they're in the pit window now, 37 to 43. Let's see what. Man, this is disgusting. Like that's literally what this is right now. Nothing coming really from race control today. That's what's been. We've had 2 lap times deleted in the entire race so far, and that or 2 laps. It's been Hulkenberg and Alonso as Joe's into the pit, or Joe just came into the pits. Sargent just came out of the pits on my timing screen. Joe's having a really decent race. I mean, even though he just made that pit stop there, Joe's been having a really good race for Alfa Romeo. As now Magnussen's on the back end of Albon and Valtteri. Albon will be pitting here very shortly. I'll slow them down. Albon into the pits there. Very nice by Valtteri. Albon just came out on the screen. Albon just came out of the pits. As De Vries is going to be into the pits here very shortly as well. Need a safety car. We really do at this point. We really need a safety car to spice up this race a little bit because it's nothing against Verstappen. Verstappen has been running amazing this year, but like it's just I don't know if we've really had a very exciting race so far this year. As Magnussen finally makes a move on Bottas down the front straight, he was able to get around him. Now we're starting to get a lot of blue flags popping up on the screen. Piastri and Gasly both into the pits now. Leclerc's back up into the points. He's run his softs quite a long time here so far. Four-second pit stop for Valtteri there. As this is a fight between De Vries and Norris. I was saying De Vries was having a pretty decent race. Right now he's down in 17th, but he's just getting ready to pass Norris for 16th, so he's ahead of him now. Sainz is going to be pitting here. He'll drop potentially behind Leclerc, but only for a little bit. Put him onto the hard compound tires. He's going to go to the end. Oh, nope, he won't drop behind Leclerc. Leclerc's just coming. Leclerc's just on the straight now. Oh, Leclerc is pitting as well, so he will potentially go to hards to the end. Yep, that's what he's doing. He's on new hards going to the end. De Vries just getting past Magnussen there on, I believe, a little bit newer set of mediums. Hulkenberg up into 10th now. He's in the final points paying position, but Guan Yu Zhou's chasing him down. Yeah, that's a very good point by Crofty. If you weren't listening to this, is that Leclerc basically had his whole car changed up overnight and into today, and it was basically because as Joe gets around Hulkenberg, they don't know what his issue was yesterday as to why he was running so slow compared to Carlos Sainz. They've taken apart the whole car. They haven't really been able to find out yet what the issue was. But they'll wait once they get a lot of those parts back to Maranello. They're going to be able to see, what was the issue that was being caused there. As Magnussen was just in the pits. 3.2 second stop for him. He goes on to a set of mediums. He's probably trying to take those to the end. But yeah, Ferrari with Leclerc, he's had just issue after issue with that car, and there's just no rhyme or reason behind it. They don't know. They're gonna send the parts back to Maranello. Hopefully that'll tell them something. Otherwise, it's just a gigantic crapshoot basically. Hulkenberg into the pits now. Excuse me. They're talking to Mercedes, who's looking at radar, and they don't think there is any rain potentially for the end of the race. So we're not going to get any excitement from weather, as Alonso's going to be pitting here very shortly. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. We kind of need a safety car here. This is just Alonso's into the pits. Let's see what his pit stop was, time-wise. Russell's coming into the pits on our timing screen. Russell's out in fourth. As that moves, Russell will be out in fourth as Perez will move up to third. Verstappen's had another lap time deleted. He's gone off again at turn 5. So that's deleted a fast lap from him. Magnussen just set fastest lap with 1:18. Verstappen was like, wait, warnings? Huh, weird. Russell's on a set of softs. We don't know what set of tires Hulkenberg's on right now. They've yet to update that. Oh, Jesus Christ. The rear jack again. He's on medium compound tires now. But that rear jack guy, for the second time in a row, has cost Haas a 5-second pit stop. As that's Alonso getting ready to race Guan Yu Zhou here for 9th and 10th. And now Russell goes fastest lap, 1:18.057. Alonso gets around Zhou. Gasly around Piastri. Moves him up to 11th. Tsunoda on the radio. Yeah, as Alonso's chasing down Tsunoda, they were trying to, I guess, get Tsunoda to maybe do some things in his driving style to maybe save his tires here. But it looks like Alonso's going to get past Tsunoda here just very shortly, and there he goes. Boy, for them making this big deal about how they needed to change the chicane in Spain there, that final chicane, to promote more exciting racing. This race has fallen so far short. Like, we might as well have kept the damn chicane. Like, because we're getting the same excitement now that we would have had the chicane stayed. Yeah, Russell is a second and a half faster than Perez right now. Leclerc's gone 32 laps on these hard tires, but you can see that I think he's starting to have some issues with them. As right now we are lapped, all the drivers are lapped down to 12th right now. Hamilton's going to be pitting here. Putting on a used set of softs as Perez will box. He's got a new set of softs. Verstappen saying the hard tires have no grip. He's just sliding everywhere. That may be the reason why he's... Whoa! Man, Ocon pushed Alonso way out wide at the pit entry. Here goes Leclerc around Piastri there. That's for 12th. For 12th. Norris is into the pits. Yeah, that's way too late. Come on, Ocon. That's dangerous. Great move by Alonso over there, but that was dangerous from Ocon. That could have ended tragically had he made contact with Alonso there. 13 laps to go. This race cannot end quick enough. Let's... As there goes Perez around Sainz for 4th place. As they show the replay on the screen, Perez has got fastest lap right now. He'll be 9 seconds behind Russell. Like, Red Bull is just dominating this season. I think Red Bull is going to end up winning Red Bull of one, either Verstappen or Perez is going to win every race this season. I'm going to say it at this point because I don't see any other teams improving that much to be able to push Verstappen or Red Bull for victories. Like, they're just not doing it. Yeah, both of them. Yeah, you had. Although, to be fair to Lando Norris with that comment by Brundle, to be fair, Lando Norris had contact made with him on lap 1 in turn 1, and literally had his end plate broken off. So he was already behind the 8 ball the rest of the race today. Like, there was just nothing he could do about that. And so, to say that they were one-lap wonders, I don't necessarily know if that was true, but I would say that I would wonder where he would be at had he not had the contact on lap 1. Russell's been told that Perez is coming. Perez is only 7 seconds behind Russell now. Russell's 5 seconds behind Hamilton. About 10 laps to go. Peter Sauber, they're showing on screen there. Yeah, like we were all told that by taking out that chicane, that the racing was supposed to be better. We were supposed to get better racing here. Spain, ooh. There was some black smoke that it looked like came out of Sonoda's back tire there. I don't know if that was just, maybe the screen or what, but Sonoda looked like he had. Eh. Yeah, he didn't give him a whole lot of space there. Naughty, naughty. Naughty, naughty, Yuki. Yeah, Sergio Perez is 5.8 behind George right now. Down to 5.2, it looks like. Just disgusting. Like it's so sad that like these races are getting more and more boring this season. And no offense to Verstappen, Verstappen and Red Bull have done an amazing job upgrading the car, but like he's pulled a 17-second gap on second place. Like it's just it's sad. We want races for victories and we want to see a fight at the front, but I don't think we're getting one this season. I really don't. If I'm being totally honest with everybody, like I said before, I think Red Bull is going to win every single race this season. They're going to win every single race this season. I don't think there's a team right now that'll fight them. Ooh, it's DeVries almost lost it. I just don't. There's not a team right now that I can see pushing Red Bull for victories right now. There's just not a team out there. They're trying to add a little bit more excitement. Apparently, um, so right now, Sonoda's under investigation for the Zhou push off. Black and white flags have been given to Verstappen for track limits. If he gets one more, he's going to get a 5-second time penalty, which, I mean, doesn't mean jack squat. I mean, Hamilton's 18 seconds behind him, so even if he loses 5, he still wins by 13 seconds as compared to 18. Man, Alonso's been flying. Oh, that's cool. So Stroll's ahead of Alonso right now. Stroll's had the much better race than Alonso, but Alonso's had a excuse me, he's had a pretty beat up car all weekend from qualifying. They refixed the floor yesterday, but basically told him that I'm not going to be passing Stroll. If I get within a second, I'm not going to pass him. So it'll be some good points for Stroll and for Aston Martin today. Right now, Sergio Perez is leading for driver of the day. Jesus Christ. Man, Magnussen's tires looked like absolute junk there. Yeah, I had a feeling Lando's getting ready to pass him here in just a moment, as Lando's on the softs right now. Verstappen just set fastest lap, 1:16.330. Disgusting. Time penalty for Yuki Tsunoda. It will be a 5-second time penalty for Yuki Tsunoda for forcing another one off the track. That will drop him out of the points, drop him down to 12th potentially, depending. 11th or 12th is where it'll drop him to. Leclerc's up to 12. He's only a second behind Gasly. If he gets by Gasly, he could get a point out of this race, which would be pretty impressive for a broken down car that Leclerc has had basically all weekend. Is now Hamilton went fastest in sector 1, but was not able to set a fastest lap there. But like that's the thing is they're making this out to be more than a thing that it needs to be. Like on the broadcast, they're talking about, oh well, if he runs past the white lines, they're saying this like they think, oh well, now he's gonna lose, the lead. He gets a 5-second penalty that would drop him. He would win the race by 14 seconds as compared to 19 seconds. Like, let's not make a bigger deal out of this than it needs to be. I mean, Verstappen, yes, he's gone track limits, but he's absolutely breezing by everybody today. Like, he is just making this look extremely easy. Three laps to go. Yeah, Leclerc is trying to catch Gasly here with 3 laps to go. Norris that's Piastri being told to move. What was Piastri doing there? You move over, you. This is 4 points right here. Because we've got Yuki Tsunoda with the penalty right now. So if Leclerc can get past Gasly here, that should assure him of a point, because Yuki would drop below where both of these guys are at right now. As Norris has finally gotten ahead of Magnussen. We're going to be with 2 laps to go now. Final lap. As Max is going to win. He's now 21 seconds ahead. Man, Perez is 2.5 seconds down of Russell. I think he's just going to run just out of time. Checkered flag will be out in just a moment here, as Max Verstappen has just literally dominated another race. Red Bull, another victory on the season in Spain. Max Verstappen is your winner. Jeez, what a dominating victory right there from Max Verstappen. Lewis Hamilton's gonna Mercedes with a 2-3. Look, like Mercedes has now got to be the second best team on the grid right now. As Russell finished third, Sainz was just not able to catch Russell, as Russell's going to finish on a podium, double podium for Mercedes. Perez just finishes fourth. Ferrari has got massive issues to try and figure out. Fernando Alonso waving to the fans as he's on his last lap here. Rounding the last corner. Great job, though, by Aston Martin there, finishing 6th and 7th. But Tsunoda's going to drop. Yep, there they go. They finish it. So Gasly finishes in the points. Joe finishes in the points. Leclerc just finishes outside of the points after that penalty. So let's give you the running order at the very end. You got Verstappen, Hamilton. You got Verstappen, Hamilton, Russell, Perez, Sainz, Stroll, Alonso, Ocon, Joe, Gasly, Leclerc, Tsunoda, Piastri, De Vries, Hulkenberg, Albon, Lando Norris, Kevin Magnussen, Valtteri Bottas and Logan Sargent rounding out your top 20. Nobody retired from the race today. All 20 racers finished the Grand Prix. Fantastic for them. No major penalties except for the Sonoda one today. There was talk that Verstappen could get a track limits penalty. That didn't end up happening. But Hamilton and Mercedes proved that they're on the way back. Hamilton gets driver of the day. So they may potentially be able to push Red Bull. But like I said, I think this season it's Red Bulls to lose more than any teams to win. Like, Red Bull is going to have to do something massively catastrophic within this season to blow their championship. It's just, like I said, I think they're going to win every race. Red Bull's going to win every race, and I just don't see how that doesn't happen. But, guys, thank you for watching the Spanish Grand Prix right along with me. Max Verstappen, another dominating victory today at the Spanish Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton finishing second, George Russell finishing third. Guys, I'm sorry it wasn't more exciting for us to watch, but we do these every weekend, every Formula One race weekend. Guys, thank you so much for watching this live stream with me. And guys, for the American F1 fan, I'm Eric Ringle, signing off.